Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of It Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out. Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
You know, like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Good day, everyone. We are here live today at It Had to Happen with girl Erica Wilson, and we'll be sitting with the beautiful and talented BT Red Carpet host, Miss Jessie Woo. How are you, Miss Woo?
I'm good, Ma. How are you?
I am awesome. You are just beautiful as ever.
Thank you. So are you. So are you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it to actually get in to hear about, what it is that you had to go through to get to where you are today. So we're hoping that you're able to shed some light for others that may be listening in and letting them know how to make get their beauty from ashes. And that's that's our topic. So can you just tell us just a little bit about who is Jessie Woo?
Ooh, who is Jessie Woo? I feel like a lot of people first, got to know me 3 years ago. I was in New York, in Brooklyn. I had lost my job. I was depressed, and I had just moved into my first spot. I didn't know what to do. I was on food stamps and unemployment. And I just started taking my frustrations out on the internet, and I started making all these skits. And that's when people first started to get to know my face, my name. And then, I went on to God just opened up so many doors for me. I went on to work for BT as a red carpet host and television journalist. And, my background is in journalism. That's what my bachelor's is in, and my master's is in mass communication. So I ended up right where I was supposed to be. And I've gone on to do reality television. I've gone to host red carpets. I was a 2019 gold carpet host for Black Girls Rock for BET. Man, I've hosted the Essence Festival. I hosted last summer. I was looking forward to doing it this summer, but Corona had to hate on that.
Right.
But I've done so many different things. I've collaborated with so many different companies. I had my own palette with Black Radiance last year, and I've partnered with networks like Stars. I helped Stars get P Valley up and running on social media. So I've done so many different things. I think I'm just multifaceted, and I think that that's just how I've always been. I've always been somebody who was like the jack of so many trades, and it's just translated with me even with this platform that I have now. So and I have music. I released music last year. I did Moves with Cancer, and that did really, really well. So yeah, some people know me from television, some people know me from Instagram, some people know me from my music. I'm just a little bit of everything, I guess.
And that is awesome to see a young soul doing all of those things. And I just want to go back a little bit to you when you said that you kind of like hit rock bottom per se. And you fell into this depression and you just kind of lashed out on social media. And those skits, I'm telling you, girl, I was just like, oh my goodness. Some of them are just
a mess
through the roof.
A mess.
No, but again, you were actually thinking that it was an outlet for you, basically. Not knowing, sometimes we don't know that sometimes our outlet could be offensive and hurtful to others, but at the same time, they're not understanding like where we're coming from. You understand? So it was an outlet for you, which built your platform.
Yeah.
God has now given you this platform to bless so many people. Like you say, you did red carpet, you did gold carpet. I mean, your voice is amazing.
Thanks.
I'm gonna play a little skit a little later. Right now I just still want to focus on what you were saying. But I am so excited to hear that you are such a young go-getter. You don't sit down, put it like that. You know what I mean? You're gonna go and make it happen.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, know?
Definitely.
So I'm definitely proud of you, honey. Thank you. I mean, keep going. Don't you stop.
Thank you. I mean, you're the same. You're the same. You definitely build your own platform, and I see what you've done with your platform. I see how you always give back to Black women, especially Black moms, and people that are in need. So I think I just get what I get from women like you, or like my mom, like my aunties, like just Black women who just are strong, and despite what life throws your way, you just always find a way to weather the storm and be persistent. So I have to credit like women like that for what I do.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
But when we connected on Instagram. It's like we took to each other like it was nothing.
Yeah,
and then when you started, when you started calling me mine, I was like, really, And I'm so glad that God's light can shine through me. You understand? And I thank God of the connections, because sometimes when God connects you with certain people, it's for a lifetime, it's for a season, or it's for a reason or a lesson. What is it that you're going to do with it? Yeah. And I'm telling you, we can leave off somewhere and then we could pick right back up like we talked yesterday, And that's one of the things I love about our relationship. And, you don't have that as much. It's genuine.
It's genuine. Yeah.
It's genuine.
And it's hard to find genuine people. So when you do find genuine people, it's great. I think that for me, it's so funny because we connected, and our first conversation, you told me to go read Psalm 91. And literally the day before, I was venting to my mom, and my mom told me to go read Psalm 91. And I don't think I had read it when she told me to. So I think when you came and you told me that, it was like God has sent you to remind me, you need to go sit down in Psalm 91, and you need to read that. You need to believe everything that's in that scripture. You need to believe what I'm telling you in your life and in this season and for the rest of your life. Because Psalm 91 is just one of those, it's just one of those Psalms where it's like, wow, you can always carry that wherever you go. So I think that you definitely have a light that shines, and it's always good to connect with people like that, especially in this dark world.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
it's always good
right?
to connect with somebody who got a light, Lord. So yeah.
All right, y'all. She about to do one of those skits on y'all. Listen, guys,
Lord
you
have
are
mercy.
here live today at It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson and my beautiful guest, Jessie Woo. Guys, if you're not following her, you need to go follow her. Because if you just need a good laugh, maybe you need some good hair. Do you guys see her hair? Her
Oh,
hair is
thanks.
flawless. And she just started her own hairline. So, guys, can we roll that clip real quick?
Oh yes, that's Chevy Joyeux. Yes, Chevy Joyeux. I just started a couple months ago, and literally Chevy means hair. Joyeux is actually my grandmother who passed away. Her name was Joyeux, and that means to be joyful. So I just wanted to name it Joyful Hair. Like that's literally the translation from French to English is joyful hair. And I'm really, really excited. You know, I was telling you earlier, I feel like I always was a spokesperson for other people's hair companies. And I'm like, you know what? I know a lot about this. I want to venture off and do my own thing and see what happens.
And you doing an amazing job, I'm telling you guys.
Thank you.
She did her own hair. I was
Yeah,
just
I did.
speaking to
This is
her.
a wig that I actually made. Woo, Lord. So
Really?
I made this wig. I made this wig like a couple months ago, like at the start of quarantine. So I'm like, yeah, let me just, so from time to time I go back and I spruce it up, and I watch YouTube videos and I see what the girls are doing. I can't do nobody else's hair, but yeah, I'm not there yet, but I can definitely just whip up a quick wig for myself and make it look good.
Yeah, I mean, because you not only install your own wigs, I see when you style them. A couple of your videos, you have it where you're doing the wand curls, which I love.
I had to learn
love.
that. I had to watch a lot, just because I could not wand curl for nothing. It wasn't until quarantine. In quarantine, I learned how to do so many different things. I'm like, oh, I could wand curl now? Let me go ahead and make a video so I can show you guys how to do it. I did a tutorial for BET too, for them to put it up on their YouTube. So yeah,
really?
I just learned. I had to learn because I could not wand curl for anything for years. Now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I love to wand curl, especially on some body wave. Ooh, I love it.
I mean, I watched that video and I saw how the hair was just so flowy.
Flowing.
I mean, yes. Yes, right. So if they want to be able to solicit your business, how could they do so?
Oh, ChevyJoyeux.com. That's where I sell the hair. And then Chevy Joyeux on Instagram. That's where I put like all the content up. And, I post pictures of my customers. If they send me stuff, send me pictures, I post them. So yeah, like that's the best way to connect is Instagram, the page. And then to buy, it's ChevyJoyeux.com.
Awesome. And then tell them how they can find you on social media to see some of those skits you be doing.
Oh, well, I mean, it's the Jessie Woo on all social media platforms. So it's TheJessiewoo on all social media platforms. Really easy. So I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook too, I think. Yeah, I am on Facebook. And yeah, I'm on TikTok. I mean, I don't really be on there like that. I don't be ticking and talking like that. That's for the kids. But, I pop in and out from time to time. It's so funny because like a lot of the kids on there, they've been taking a lot of like my older videos and they're making these TikTok challenges. And it's like, oh my gosh, like you never know. You put something out, you never know, like it just lives forever. Like that's how the internet works. It just lives forever. Like even after I'm gone, there's going to be a print of me everywhere, so it's fun.
Leaving a great legacy is what I call it.
Yeah. That's the goal.
Something that money cannot buy.
A legacy.
Yes. That's it right there. But we heard a little bit about your journey. We know who Jessie, we got a feel of who Jessie Woo is. So now we want to know, have you ever experienced any type of pain that kind of brought you down to your knees?
Oh, of course. I definitely, definitely experienced pain. When I think one that a lot of people know about me is I spoke about being a rape victim, and I was on Love and Hip Hop 2 years ago, and I shared it, and I shared my story, and it just was really hard for me because at the time so many other girls were coming forward and talking about this person, these people that are in the industry, that were responsible for so many girls like me. And, I just feel that a lot of people still don't understand the concept of rape. Like, they don't understand that rape is not sex.
That's right.
They don't understand that you don't bring rape upon yourself.
That's right.
You don't ask someone to rape you. You don't do anything to make someone rape you. You know what I mean? And I think that it was hard seeing the feedback from that and seeing what some people said to me. And fast forward to a couple months ago, one of the people, the most famous person, he was finally arrested. They had been looking for him for years and years and years, and he's finally arrested and no bond, but it took over 30 cases for this to happen. You know what I mean? And it's like, why does it have to be this?
Yes.
Why does it have to be this for women to get to be heard? You know what I mean? Like, why does it have to take so much for women to finally be heard? And, that was just painful for me. It was painful to share. It was painful to see people's reactions, and I think that, it definitely brought me to my knees. But I think that I've just always been resilient. I've always been someone who's been resilient. My mom always said that I've always been resilient. I've always been somebody who just kept pushing. I just don't know how to not to keep it pushing. Like, that's just my nature. It's like, okay, this didn't work out. Well, I'm just gonna keep it moving. This hurt me, but you know what? I'm just gonna keep it moving. But there does come a time in life where you have to reckon with your pain.
Yes,
you have to reckon with it, and you have to process it. And recently I started therapy so I can start doing that. Like, just because I felt like a lot of that pain, I carried it with me into like other relationships, or and not just romantic relationships, but even professional relationships, especially in the industry, because there are so many sickos in the industry, so there's just a lot of my experiences, a lot of things I would see, it just really ruined the experience for me. And so, I've learned that I have to reckon with that, and I can't let that stop me from not just moving forward, but moving forward wholeheartedly and being intentional about enjoying my journey going forward. You know what I mean? So,
yes. And I can relate. As I told you before, it actually happened to me as well. And it's so sad that when you do come out with it, you're being questioned about it. You understand? It's almost as though like, what do you do to, what did you do to deserve that, basically? Or the woman is always being scolded for it.
Always.
And that's why a lot of women do not come out and tell when that happens to them. But thank God that He gave us that strength to be transparent about it and speak about it and share about the things that we've experienced. Because I remember when I actually saw, it was something that you post, and I came into your inbox and I say, baby, take that down. Take it down. And I explained some things to you, and that's what I mean. Like, when you can see, when you can relate, put it like that, when you can relate to something that somebody else is going through, you can kind of understand where they're coming from. But if you never walk that walk, you would never understand that. So in that case right there, I knew like the pain that comes from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still trying to process all of this and still trying to be that strong person and, being that person that everybody else want you to be, but not seeing, they're missing the hurt that you're experiencing. It's just going right over their head. And in your actions, and everybody want to say that you're acting out, or she got an attitude, or she this and she that, not understanding through her actions, she's crying. She's crying out for some help. Learn to hear. Like I say, learn. You're hearing from God. So You would never understand it if it didn't happen to you. So that's why I wrote this book, Jessie, because at the end of the day, everything that I went through, I had to go through. It had to happen.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
happened.
think about it. If it didn't happen to me, how could I witness to you?
True.
God connected us. He
Hmm.
connected us. We didn't meet by coincidence.
No, it's
You
true. It's
understand
true.
what I'm saying? So, I mean, nobody likes for that to happen, but it had to happen. And
Yeah.
we are here today. But look at the woman that you've become.
Yeah.
You didn't stop. You didn't miss a beat.
No,
You
I
have
didn't.
not missed a beat. And I mean, I commend you for that. Because some women, it would have took them out.
Yeah.
It would have
No,
took
seriously.
them out. They
I
wouldn't
mean, but I've
even
been
mute.
there. I've been there where I thought about, taking my life, or taking
Wow.
myself out. Like, I've thought about that. These are thoughts that I've thought I've had, and but God, I really have
Jesus.
no other reason but to say but God, because I really feel that despite it all, God just has a bigger
Mm,
plan for my life. And you know I can't interrupt that plan. I have to
that's
see
right.
it through. I have to see it
Hmm.
through. And then I've been blessed to see, people that did persecute me. I've been blessed to see them fall. It's not
Jesus.
probably not a good thing to say, but I've been blessed to see them fall. I've been blessed to see them eat
Jesus.
their words. Like, I've been
Mm,
blessed to see people have to eat their words about me.
yes.
And tongues that rose up against me, I've seen them be sliced and diced in the Lord's name. So
Jesus. Ah.
I feel like it's like, you really have to see it through, because
Hmm.
your enemies really become your footstool.
Yes.
And then you're able to share your testimony and touch other people's lives so that they can push through, or maybe you can prevent someone from going through what you went through. Like, it had to happen. you know
Hmm.
am I happy that some of those things happened to me? No. But it's like what you said. I think I wouldn't have the head that I have. I wouldn't be able to work the
Hmm.
way I do. I wouldn't be able to maneuver the way that I do had
Hmm.
certain things not happened to me.
Correct. I totally agree with that.
Hmm.
And I'm glad that you get that.
Hmm.
You're not making excuses, you owning it. That's
Hmm.
what we have to do. Not that we, like you said, we're not happy, we're not satisfied, any of that happened to us. But in life, things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
It may not happen the same way it happened to somebody else, but things are gonna happen. It's what do you get from it? You understand
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I heard also in the beginning of the show, you were saying that you had to result in being on food stamps.
Hmm.
You didn't even know at that time that was a stepping stone for you.
I
You understand
know.
what I'm saying? So I
Man, I was in quarantine for real. Like, I was in quarantine, like food stamps. I remember I would get, what was it, $75 a week for the food stamps. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like to
wow.
eat. I like to eat. So, I really had to ration that, and ration how I ate. And I was on unemployment. I had to pay the rent where I was because I had just got this place. I couldn't get out of it. And
Wow.
literally I was miserable. I was
Yeah.
miserable, but I was still finding hope in my
Mhm.
talents. It's
Mhm.
like I was stripped of a lot of physical things, but I wasn't stripped of my talents. I wasn't stripped of my spirit.
Jesus.
And it's like the Bible says, like, your talent really will make room
Make
for you. Like,
room.
your talents will walk you into rooms that you really couldn't even imagine. Or maybe you did
Uh-huh.
imagine. If you're like me, I have a big imagination. I feel like that's just a godly thing to have a huge imagination. But even that, God will surpass that. But yeah, like, my
Yeah.
talents walked me into rooms that I thought I couldn't
Mm.
walk into, and
Mm.
that was another time when I hit rock bottom. But it's just crazy how like in your rock bottom, you will find your biggest blessings. Like in your rock bottomness,
Yeah.
you really
Yes.
find like major blessings. You just got to
Yes.
see it through. You have to see it through there. Like the rain, the sun always shines. Like after the rain, the sun has to shine. It has to shine. No matter how long it rains, it might rain for a while, but when that sun comes shining through, it shines. And I feel like, you know, I just pushed through long enough to see that.
Wow. That's some good stuff. That is really some good stuff. But you didn't even know that sometimes, you know, he was preparing your table. You understand? Right before them.
Yeah.
You know, and
Literally.
these people is actually going to have to, they're going to have to actually come back and sit at that table. No, but they're going to have to sit there and watch. Not from a distance. They're going to have to sit at the table with you. You understand me? And then sometimes God has to get us uncomfortable to get us comfortable. So if you could stand in that, like the 3 Hebrew boys, when they threw them in the fiery pit.
Yeah.
They forgot to close that door.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
And they came out untouched.
Yeah, untouched.
You understand? So at the end of the day, God is such a good God. And you're speaking about your talents. But guys, we are here live today, and it had to happen with Erica Wilson and the beautiful Jessie Woo. We're going to roll a clip right now. I'm telling you guys, her voice is amazing. Go ahead and introduce your video, Jessie.
Is this the StarSpangled Banner?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my God. I was really blessed to sing the StarSpangled Banner recently for the LA Clippers during the playoffs. So this is a clip of me singing the StarSpangled Banner.
Yes. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
I mean, guys, did you just hear that? Did you just hear that voice of hers? Jessie, oh my gosh, baby. You are beyond talented.
Hey.
That voice needs to be out there more. I even saw this. Yes.
No,
the
it doesn't.
video
I'm
that
gonna
you
focus
did.
on it. I'm gonna focus on it. You know, I'm making a move. I'm moving to Atlanta where I'm gonna be able to focus more on music. So it does. I do need to take it more seriously and more and push it more. And that's my plan.
Yes, I mean, I'm going to be, I'm going to sit there and I'm going to be texting you like, okay, baby, what are you doing?
I know.
What are you doing? What's going on? I'm going to make sure that
you like when everything is, as I'm pushing stuff out, I'm definitely going to, let you know, like, hey, Ma, like, let me know what you think and stuff like that. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Just know that that I have your best interest at heart. I'm not going to tell you anything to hurt you. I mean, even if sometimes I be a little hard, it's only because I love you and I see what's inside of you. You understand?
Well, I got a Haitian mama, so I'm used to tough love. Tough love is my love language. Like, that's just, I'm used to it. So it's all good. It's all good.
Awesome. I mean, I told you earlier when we were speaking before the broadcast that that was a plan of mine, but you're going to go and you're going to do some great things. And it's not only that, um, in your transition to Atlanta,
Mm-hmm.
you don't even know the people that you're going to touch. You said that your talents got you in rooms that you wasn't even supposed to be in. Your
Mm-hmm.
name is being mentioned already in rooms.
I received that. I
You
received that.
understand me?
I
It's
received that.
already it's there for you. You just got to reach out and grab it. And
Yeah.
like somebody told me on our Monday night prayer, don't forfeit the promises because of what the world is saying and what's
True.
going on around us. Keep the main thing, like Alan said.
Amen.
You
Amen to
understand?
that.
Keep
Yep.
the main thing
The
the
main
main
thing.
thing. And guys, we heard about Jessie's journey. We heard about Jessie's pain, but look at the smile that's on her face. So we know that God has have a purpose for her. So
Mm-hmm.
Jessie, if you could go ahead and just share, what is your purpose here on earth? Do you know your purpose?
I think my purpose is to share truth. I really feel
Mm,
like that's something that has always been me. I've always shared truths, even if it's like uncomfortable, even if people don't believe me, but like my truth has always aged well. And I feel like
mm,
I'm a truth teller. I feel like that's part of my purpose. And I feel like another purpose of mine is to definitely touch people's lives, like touch people's lives. And I joke and I do a lot of funny things and I do a lot of things that are entertaining. But I think ultimately my purpose is to also use my talents to touch people's lives. And I've seen people, I've had people tell me how I touched them. I've had people tell me how, they saw me talk about God and how that made them, want to know more about God, or how they saw me do this. And I'm like, I want to do it too. Like, I really feel like I'm here to touch lives and to
wow.
push people forward. You know what I mean? Some way, somehow I'm there to improve, to touch lives and to also improve. I've had,
Mm,
oh my gosh, like I have several exes, but like all my exes have told me, oh my gosh, like I really wish I was better to you, because now I'm
see?
realizing just how much you poured into me. And like, I believe in God now and I'm more organized now. I'm like, see, look at that now. When am I going to get that, Lord? Hopefully somebody will touch my life. But yeah, I do feel like I'm here to touch people's lives, to make people's lives better.
Good, 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 good. So let me ask you a question. If you have that young woman that's out there looking to do some of the things, not all, but just some of the things that you're doing now, what would be your words of encouragement to that young woman? Or maybe it's an older woman,
Mm-hmm.
because we can learn,
Of
everybody can
course.
learn from each other, whether
There's
you're
no
old or
time limit.
young. Yeah. So what would be your word of advice or encouragement to them?
I would say find yourself, know yourself, and stay true to yourself
Mm,
while you're pursuing what you want to pursue. Like, you gotta find yourself, because you can easily get lost. Like, you can get lost in entertainment. You really can, and it can change you. So you have to find yourself, then you have to know yourself. You have to know what you stand for, know what you don't stand for, know what you're willing to do, know what you're not willing to do, have boundaries,
mm,
and make those boundaries very clear.
mhm,
And once you do that, just stay true to yourself. Stay true to your talent, have dignity about yourself, while you're pursuing what you want to pursue. Stay focused, stay true, stay focused to yourself. I think that that would be what I would tell any woman, whether young or old, because it's like, again, you can get lost. Like, you can get lost in translation in this business.
mm,
Like, it's rough. It's really, really rough. It's entertainment is a place where it's very intrusive.
mm,
It changes every day. There'll be times when you feel like you're not enough, you're not talented enough. And sometimes it's not even a talent. It's like, people are changing their bodies, people are changing their looks, people are
mm,
changing how, like, just themselves, period. And it's like, you have to know that what's for you is for you. So you have to stay true to yourself, because you don't want something that's meant for somebody else. Just because you see somebody else doing this doesn't mean that it's meant for you. So that's why you have to stay true to yourself. You have to know what you want and what you stand for. So that would be my word of advice.
No, that's good words, Jessie. Let me ask you a question. You did say in the industry you see the women changing their bodies.
Mm-hmm.
What kept you from that? Like what?
Whew. Sometimes I still struggle with that. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I struggle with that, 'cause I'm like, oh, I just feel like the girls with the big hips and the big butts and the thing is, like, we know women aren't built like that. Now there are women who are built like that naturally, like especially us Black women, but make no mistake, a lot of the bodies that we see now, they are fake. You know, it's just what it is. It's like they're exaggerations of it's like almost they're caricatures of the Black body. And it just feels like it's everywhere now. It's like, okay, is this what I have to do to be everywhere? Like, is this what I have to do to advance? Like, it's like, you know, I struggle with that. But then I remember, I always keep in mind, like, you know what? Like, there's so many girls who look like me. Sometimes I've had people leave comments like, oh, you should get your breasts done. You know, because I'm flat chested. Wow. Yeah, I've had people tell me that, like, you should get your breasts done. You should do this. You should do that. And it's like, first of all, I have to always think to myself, do I have a problem with my body? No. So why do I want to change it? Why do I want to change it because somebody makes a comment or because it just seems like the fake bodies are the new norms? No, like, I want to stay true to myself, because there are girls out there like me who don't have big breasts or who don't have exaggerated injected hips and injected butts, you know what I mean? And they're just as beautiful. As a matter of fact, you know, like, I feel like real is beautiful. Real is beautiful, although it's becoming rare, but real is beautiful. So, you know, I do struggle with that, but I always have to remind myself, like, hold on, like, I'm going to stay true to myself. And besides, a lot of these people who go and do all this stuff to their bodies, it doesn't age well. You know, a lot of them get sick, a lot of them die. So listen, I'll just stick to these 24 8 cups that the good Lord blessed me with. Okay, and I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Thank you, God.
But you know, a lot of that actually plays with the social media platform nowadays. Let's watch social media. Let's see what's going on social media, and then we go to comparing ourselves, not even ourselves, our lives, all of that, you know, and not only knowing that some people, a lot of the stuff on social media is not their real lives.
It's not.
You know, it's, to me, it's for entertainment. You know, social media for entertainment, networking, and things like that. But you have to know that even with a lot of times when we were speaking about the rappers and things like that, when they're doing these videos and stuff, like, some of it probably theirs, but they rent a lot of that stuff. And for that kid that may be looking up to this individual and thinking that this is what they got to do to get, you know, the things that this person got, but not even knowing, say it is theirs, right? Not even knowing the suffering the person had to go through to get to where they are. Now, you may want my now, but do you want what I had to go through?
You don't know my how. You want my now, but you don't know my how.
That's it. You know, that is it. So I just want to be able to uplift, empower, and just spread love. Basically, you know, love yourself. It starts there. It starts there. The world can't love you if you don't love yourself. It just cannot happen.
Very
you know?
True.
And that's
very true. And like you said too, it's like the internet is very much smoke and mirrors. You gotta just take what you see, like, for face value. Like, okay, sometimes I tell people, just enjoy the content. Just look at it as content. Because like you said, a lot of people, the lives that you see on social media is just not realistic. A lot of, you know, we're talking about rappers, and it's no secret now that entertainers do not make a lot of money from their own music. First of all, most of them do not own their masters. If you're signed to a label, you don't own your masters. Number two, you know, everybody's streaming now. So you have to hit millions of streams to even see a fraction of that money come in. And even when that money comes in, you got to split it with your label. Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you have all these different entities that you have to pay. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, again, it looks great on social media. It does. But sometimes that's all it is a look. And then for those who are really living that life, you don't really see them posting it on social media. That's number one.
Absolutely.
Number two, you don't know what they went through. Could you even stand in their shoes? Could you walk a mile in their shoes? No. You know, Tyler Perry recently came out and it was revealed that he's worth $1 billion. Tyler Perry is someone, we literally watched Tyler Perry go from sleeping in his car to becoming a billionaire. And it wasn't overnight. It wasn't no Kardashians type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is a self-made Black man who had to go against the grain, sleep in his car, you know, put plays on for Black people, like literally. And you know how Black people be at play. You know how we get down. You know what I mean? So it's like, literally, you saw, like, he's become a billionaire off of that, off of Black content. Black content.
Right.
Something that he owns, which a lot of Black people do not own their content. You know what I mean? And how did he get there? He had to go against that system. And now he can proudly say on the Emmys, yeah, I wasn't waiting for no white person to open up no door for me. He can say that because he wasn't waiting for no white person to open up no door for him. He built his wealth on his own with the Black community. And so could you do that? Could you sleep in your car? A lot of people could not walk a mile in those shoes. So it's like, whatever you see, I always say to myself too, whatever I see, I take it for content. Because I know it's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to this. And then a lot of times too, when it's real, you don't know what that person had to go through to get where they are. So you just need to focus on yourself. Focus on your how. How do you want to get to this place? Don't covet what you see the next person have. Focus on your journey and what God has for you. Period. You know?
That's some good stuff. That's some good stuff, Precious. That is really some good stuff. Now, let me ask you this. Like you said, Tyler Perry actually went from sleeping in his car to actually being a $1 billion man, right? What happens, right, now if, you know, he's a $1 billion man, right? I want to direct this to you. Being though that you have made it, right? And you actually kind of had to go through some things to get to where you are now. Have you ever had anyone to feel entitled to what you have?
Of course. Oh my gosh. Of course. Of course. You know, I it's so weird to me. It's so weird to me because sometimes it's people who didn't even support you like that, who feel like they're entitled to, oh, I'm doing this right now. Can you get me to a meeting with this person? Oh, you know, I got this clothing line coming out. Can you get me to do this? Can you get me this person contact? Can you get, and it's like, that's not how it works. Or sometimes people will just feel entitled to my time and what I'm doing and not feel like they have to pay me for my services. Or, you know, it's like, this is how I eat. This is how I eat. This is how I pay my bills, my talents. So, you know, yeah, there's been times when people really, really do feel entitled. And the good thing about me is I know how to shut that door. Like I have no problem shutting that door and saying, thank you for your time. I don't care how long I've known you, but the minute you start feeling entitled to certain things, you got to go. I don't do that to people. I don't do that to people. I don't feel entitled to anything. You know, if I ask you for your services, I'm ready to pay you for your services. You know, if I need something from you and I contact you, I know I can do that because I've been there for you. It's not a one-way street. It's you know what I mean? Like it's a two-way street. So yeah, I've definitely, people sometimes they do feel entitled. And I remember, I can't remember who said this, but maybe it's a cliche, but I've heard people say before, like, money will change people around you, really. And it's true. It's really true sometimes. Like, people will be like, oh, he doing this now. He done made it and he don't know how to. No, it's that, listen, when you get to a certain place, you got to act right to stay there. When you get into a certain room, you got to behave yourself accordingly to be in that room and to go into other rooms. So I can't always take you with me if you don't know how to carry yourself. Jesus. If you don't know how to carry yourself when you get into this room with me, you're going to get into this room, you're going to embarrass both of us. You know what I mean? Like, because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to behave, or you're dead weight. Sometimes some people just become dead weight. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just know how to close that door. Like, I really know how to close that door. And when I close it, it doesn't mean I can't it can't be opened again. Sometimes it does. But yeah, for the most part, I know how to close that door. It's like, okay, you know what? In this chapter of my life, I'm going to have to let you go. And if our paths should, come together again, then so be it. But for now, I'm going to have to let you go.
Wow. So basically, you have the gift of putting good and goodbye.
Oh, yes. I have that gift. That is, I'm so good at doing that. And when I say goodbye, honey, it's like I never knew you. I don't know you.
And it's only
that's
to protect
I have to
yourself.
Work on, though, because I'm petty. That's like my petty side. But seriously though, like, I do know how to put the good in goodbye. I really do. Like, okay, bye. I can't do this right now. Okay, you gotta go.
And have you ever had anyone to kind of like attach themselves to you because of your platform?
Of course. Oh my gosh. Of course. It's sad sometimes because I do love people and I'm a people person, but I do feel like sometimes people definitely will attach themselves, and not just to me, but I've seen them do this to other people that I know, like whether it's an actor or an athlete or a realtor, like whatever. Like, sometimes people will just attach themselves to you for the perks that come with knowing you, but then let something happen to you, let you have a mishap where you lose. That's where you really find out who's really for you, who's really in your life just because they want to be in your life. And I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen to me. I've seen it happen to other people. And that's why you have to have discernment. Like, I feel like over time I've definitely built discernment when it comes to who should be around me. I'm very protective of my space. I'm a people person, but not everybody has access to my space. You have to earn that. Like, you really have to earn that. And so now I've just been able to minimize a lot of those things. Like, I don't have those problems too often.
Girl, why are you preaching to me, baby? Why are you just preaching to me?
No, because you're asking me this, so it's so true. Like, I've experienced it. So that's how I handle it.
And then you said earlier about taking people into the room with you, right? You have to know how to act, right? And we all know that you can't take everybody. We do know that. That's a known fact all the way across the board. But at the end of the day, what you have to realize, and I don't think people realize, is that God may have blessed me with the platform and I'm bringing you along, but it's actually my brand and my name that's going to be out there. Or if you're not representing the name or the brand the correct way, it's going to fall back on that person. Me. Right. Yep. On me. Exactly. So in a time where you just have to say, okay, well, sometimes God will show you some things and you don't want to see it. You know what I mean? You want to be like fighting with God, like, no, And see, that was my problem, is I don't make people earn my trust. I actually give it.
They got to earn it.
That's the wrong thing. Yeah. You definitely have to earn it. And I didn't have any boundaries, I just knew that I was coming from a hurt place and I didn't want to see other people hurt.
Yep. I get it. I can relate.
Yeah. And it's like, it only hurts you in the end,
It
So
does.
you find where people attach themselves to you for personal gain
Of course.
and what they can get. And then what they do, they attach themselves to you and then try to attach themselves to other people who you're attached to.
Yeah.
And then there goes the seeds of
That's it.
discord being sown.
That's
You
it.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, you have to know that you know who you are and who you belong to. God knows that He knows all and He sees
He
all.
does.
You know,
God
so
knows.
that's the best thing about it. But
Yeah.
guys, you are here live today, and it had to happen with Erica Wilson and the beautiful Jessie Woo. If you would like to book or purchase my book, please do go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. Go to all of my social media platforms, click like and share, as well as my YouTube page at It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. I know, guys, I've been on here every Wednesday asking for you to just go over to my YouTube and subscribe. I have 73 subscribers.
Oh no, we gotta get
Out
that
of
up.
exactly out of all the people that I know, I can't even get a click. Does that make any sense?
Y'all better click on my mama YouTube. I ain't playing with y'all.
But that's all okay. I'm gonna get there. It's all in God's timing. It's
Mm-hmm.
all in God's timing. So we're about to close, Jessie. Is it anything that you would like to see? Normally we have our comments that comes up, but I'm not sure what's going on today. I can't see any comments, guys. I will go back on the after the broadcast and go through the comments, and I will get back with you all.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot see. It's not that I'm ignoring you all. I know you guys have plenty of questions for the beautiful Jessie Woo and even comments. So, Jessie, is there anything that you would like to leave with our guests on today? Our audience on today.
Oh man, just stay positive, stay safe. You know, we're definitely going through such a confusing time right now. There's a lot of uncertainty, but there's definitely certainty in God. You know, I really believe that although there's a lot of darkness, there's so much light in God. There's so much light in the Lord. So, you know, for those of us who believe, you know, there is no darkness for us, and stay positive and, you know, whatever goals you have, I really feel like now is the time to follow it, believe it or not. I always feel like the darkest times are the times when I've pushed through the darkest times is when I've seen such a big turnaround, you know, afterwards. So I just want to encourage anyone right now who's pursuing anything, especially entrepreneurial, even in this season, like there is still success out there for you. So just want to encourage everybody that's watching, go after what you are supposed to go after, and God will bless you.
Absolutely. Amen, precious. Just go ahead and give us your handles again, Jessie, for your hair, as well as your social media sites.
Youre on Instagram, chevejoyeux.com. That's CHEVEUXJOYEUX.com. And then I'm the Jessie Woo on all social media platforms. So that's THEJESSIEWOO on all social media platforms.
There you go, guys. You have it. I'm telling you, if you want a good laugh or you just want to get some of that luxurious hair she got going on, do go to her page and solicit her business. Can we roll her site one more time? Put up her site for the audience one more time.
Yay! So cute. So
It
cute.
is. It is, really is. Amazing.
Yeah, guys. So I definitely look forward to connecting with anybody, whether you're purchasing hair, whether you follow me on social media. Let's connect and definitely stay safe in this time. Wear a mask. Please wear a mask. Please wear a mask.
Yes. I will actually be going on once we get off this broadcast, but I'm letting you know, Jessie, I'm not going through the website. I'm going through the source. I'm going through you to order my hair.
I have no problem.
I can't rock this. This natural thing is too hard. And
It
guys,
is hard,
I
but
mean,
I love taking care of my natural hair too. I partner with so many different natural hair care companies too. So, when I have time, I'll definitely leave it out and do my own thing too with that too.
your hair is beautiful.
Yeah, it's big. It's getting big and it's getting really nice. Yeah. So,
yeah. What is the name of that? How you say that name?
Creole Essence. Yeah.
I
Really good.
saw the video for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you had that much hair under
I know
there.
so many people think, I know, like, it shocks people all the time. I'm like, listen, Black girls have hair. We just like wigs like everybody else.
Yes.
But Black women, we have hair. Listen. And there are Black women out there who have way more hair than me. So
Yeah, but guys, she has some beautiful, beautiful hair up under there, as well as her products. She rock her own product. She definitely was putting other people's businesses out there on the market, and then all it was doing was setting her up for what she's doing now, baby. So you just, like I said, you keep the main thing going. Keep the main thing, and you just keep on keeping on, because God definitely has some great things in store for you. When you get to Atlanta, I'm telling you, the doors are just gonna start flying open.
I believe that.
The floodgates of heaven is about to overtake. The blessings of God is about to overtake you for your humbleness, for your realness. And like you said, real is rare nowadays. But don't let nobody change you. You keep being the person who you are.
Thank you.
And know that you made a vow to me on this broadcast that you're gonna let me know what's going on with you.
I will.
So I don't have to be worried, because you know how I am.
I promise.
So I'm definitely gonna keep you in my prayers, and no, baby, I'm just a phone call away. And thank you so much for getting on here today.
You.
Thank you. And I thank you for getting on here today, sharing your story, telling us why it had to happen, sharing your journey, sharing your pain and your. I pray that it bless 1, 2, or 3 on today, if not more. But God says, if you reach 1, baby, you've done enough.
Yep.
Thank you guys for tuning in to It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson and the beautiful Jessie Woo. Have a great day, guys. Until next time, see you on Wednesday.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson, following our social media.